What is up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. This week, I don't know about you guys, but this week seems to be going by extremely quick. I'm currently putting together our Lean for Halloween challenge, so get ready for that. Have some specials for you guys, and also I just want to kind of throw it out there. If you're watching this and you have some ideas or things that you want to learn more about, please put them down in the comments below and we could throw those into our future challenges and things like that and give you guys exactly what you want. And then, of course, if you guys want some extra help and take your results to the next level, you saw it on the intro, but you could go to our whatever the website is, the Warriors Elite. And so this is where you have our done for you system. You have a one-on-one macro coach that will customize your macros every single week for you. That takes away all the guesswork, support 24/7, and then we're even adding some extra goodies for those in the program too. So if you're in that program, get ready. There's a lot of things coming out. We're really excited about it. And so tonight, what I wanted to talk about is if you follow me on my regular social media, you may have seen I made a post yesterday, and I want to kind of go more in depth with that post because I got a lot of traction on it. And it was really just tips to tone your body. And I gave 5 different tips on how to tone a body. And I'm just going to pretty much kind of read through that post, but then expand on it for you guys as well. So I'm just going to let's open it up. So tips to tone your body. So the first part, it says, after 5 years of working out with 0 results. So for those of you guys that have maybe recently joined us, haven't heard me tell this story 100 times before, trying to get better at getting the details out of it to really help you guys out the most. But the main thing that I want you to get out of this is, if you feel like you've been working out for a long time and not seeing the results you want, if you feel like you're eating as healthy as you can and your weight's just not going down or you're not toning up, like if you feel like you're putting in the work and not getting the results from that work, I know 100% how you feel. That was me pretty much my entire life up until age 25. So throughout all my years, I played sports, always wanted to get abs. Like, I had 2 older brothers that always seemed fit, and I just never felt like no matter what I did, I could do it myself. So that age 20 is when I finally told myself, I'm like, all right, I am going to take this 100% serious. I'm going to do everything I can. So I researched how to work out, like all that stuff. And I put in so much effort into the gym. Like, literally, I worked out 5 to 6 days a week, every single week for 5 years straight. There might have been 1 week in that 5 years that I missed. And I woke up at the end of 5 years. It was literally a New Year's resolution. I wanted to get even more better results, like I said, every 5 years. And I took that a progress picture. I just remember feeling so disappointed, like so angry, so frustrated, because I looked the exact same as I did at age 20 when I took my first picture. And it was just so crazy to me how I could put in so much effort for 5 years to look the exact same. Now, of course, there's a lot of other benefits that I may have came out of it. Like, I got stronger, health reasons, like so many benefits to exercise. But it was at that moment, like the first glimpse without really me really knowing, but exercise has nothing to do with like losing body fat. Exercise has nothing to do with weight loss. And it just dawned on me. It's like, I need to stop like focusing on my workouts, and I need to really just dive into this nutrition thing. And it's funny, I just posted on my Instagram. If you guys says Instagram, Luke A. Rangel is my Instagram. You could follow me. I posted on my story this morning. I found on Pinterest, there's like 50 benefits of exercise. And I looked through all 50 of them. Not one of them has anything to do with weight loss, losing body fat, anything. Not one of them. And I didn't create it. And this happens so many times. I did a video not too long ago where I just Googled like benefits of exercise, and not one had anything to do with weight loss. But it's crazy because the first thing people think of, and myself included, like, I need to get better results, I need to lose weight, I need to do whatever. The first thing we think of is, I better start exercising. And why? Why is that? I mean, I'm sure it's just because that's what society has made us believe for so long. It's because it's the most attractive thing to promote. Like, for example, like you guys, a lot of you guys in our group may have came to us because we did an advertisement video of people working out. And the reason we do that is to meet people where they're at. If you were wanting to get healthy and you didn't know who we are, and we were promoting, oh, let's eat healthy and track our food and all this stuff, you're probably not going to click on that advertisement, right? But you see people who are working out and smiling and things like that, like, oh, okay, this must be for me. And then you get into the program, then we teach you the truth. Like, yes, exercise. I'm not telling anyone to not exercise, but don't only exercise. Exercise is a piece of your transformation, and it's actually the smallest piece. When it comes to fitness and health, like, exercise is the easiest part. You just have to move. And what I always talk about is there's 3 pillars to any transformation, which is the fitness side of it, the nutrition side, and the accountability. You need all 3 pillars, or else you're going to fail. You might be able to get away with 1 or 2 of them for a short amount of time, maybe even a long amount of time, but eventually it's always going to come back to you, like it did for me. I was missing that accountability piece for a long time, and I kept my results for probably about five years, but eventually it caught up to me, and without that accountability, I lost my results as well. So then I got an accountability coach, and my results came back because I was already doing the fitness and the nutrition. And good thing with the coach, you actually learn even more. And so when it comes to the fitness part, I always say that's the one thing that could constantly change. So the best analogy that I've ever heard and that I use is, think of your fitness, think of your exercises like ice cream, right? Imagine you're going into a 31 flavor ice cream store when you're a kid. And let's say you don't know much about ice cream yet, so you choose one flavor and it's like the worst ice cream ever. Like, think of the absolute worst flavor that you would ever have. For me, it'd be like black licorice ice cream. Like, that's disgusting. And if you like black licorice ice cream, just email support and let them know you want to cancel. just kidding. And so what would happen if I had that black licorice ice cream? Would I say, oh, this is disgusting, ice cream is not for me, I'm not going to try ice cream anymore? No, because there's 30 other flavors I could choose from, and ice cream's delicious. But the same thing happens with fitness. People will go to a gym and work out and not like it, and they're like, oh, working out's just not for me, I can't do it. But that's just one form of fitness. Like, maybe you don't like working out, but maybe you like doing Zumba. Maybe you like doing martial arts. Maybe you like cycling. Maybe you like walking. Maybe you like hiking. Like, there are hundreds and hundreds of forms of exercise, and that could constantly change. You may be like, when people come to us and they say, you know what, like, your program's great, but I just don't want to do those workouts. Like, good. Like, I don't care. We're not what I always say is, our program, we are a nutrition and coaching program with workouts. Like, you could do these workouts if you want. It's only going to help you. But if you don't like these workouts, that doesn't mean you can't do our program. That just means you do your fitness, but you will always need the things that stay steady is accountability and nutrition. Wherever your fitness journey goes, you need nutrition and you need accountability. Like, no matter what. So mine constantly changes too. For 6 months, I'll like working out in gym. And then another 6 months, I'll like doing more just calisthenic stuff. Another 6 months later, I'll just like doing outside stuff. Like, it could constantly change, and it doesn't matter what you do as long as you do something. But to always get results, it comes from nutrition, and it comes from having someone hold you accountable, a professional holding you accountable to that nutrition. So that's kind of the biggest thing. So diving into it, I kind of talked about a few of the stuff already, but that was me for 5 years, not getting results, and then finally it just kind of broke through. And so the 5 steps that the 5 tips that I have for toning your body that I remember taking the biggest steps back at age 25 when I got my first transformation was number one, as I was just talking about, I stopped focusing on my workouts. That doesn't mean I stopped working out. I still worked out. Like I truly enjoy working out. It takes a lot of motivation for me to work out. I can't say I always want to work out, but I enjoy it, meaning I know every time I work out, I feel good. I feel good for the day. And so the main thing is I stopped focusing on my workouts. Where what I might have done and what I see a lot of people do is they're working out and then they're not getting the results they want. So the first thing they think about is like, oh, I must need to work out harder. Oh, I must have to work out twice a day. Oh, I must they think about more about working out. Instead, stop focusing on the working out. You already have that. Like you're exercising. So I stopped focusing on that. And then that allowed me to focus on the important things. Like how much protein am I eating? How many calories am I eating? How can I prepare my food this week? So if you think, hey, maybe I need to exercise another hour a week, instead of doing that, use that 1 hour that you already know you have and prepare your food for the week. Like it could be that simple of a switch that you do mentally that could drastically change your results. So that was the first thing I did is I stopped focusing on my workouts. The second thing I did is I focused on my protein intake. Being a 25-year-old guy, I thought I was getting enough protein. Like I even took protein shakes, doing all this stuff. But when I actually tracked it and figured out how much I was taking in, like it blew my mind on how little I was taking. I was getting in maybe 100 grams of protein a day. For a guy that's 190 pounds at the time, 195-ish, it was, that's definitely not enough. So what I started reading was like, if your goal is to tone up and do all this stuff, you need about 1 gram per pound of body weight, all these things. And so I raised my protein from 100 grams of protein to 190 grams of protein. And it didn't happen overnight. I did it in increments. I would aim for 190, but I would hit like 115. And then I'd aim for 190 and I hit 115. But then I got consistent at that 115 and then I went to 140. And I got consistent there and then I went to 150. So it's all in increments, and that's what our macro coaches help you do in your own time. And so that's the next biggest thing is I focused on my protein intake to make sure I was getting enough protein for my body. So for those of you, if you haven't heard me say it before, so protein is actually, it works as a thermogenic in our body. So the hardest thing for our body to digest is protein. So our bodies have to work harder to digest the protein, which means our bodies burn more calories by having protein, which means protein makes us smaller and gives us that lean muscle mass. A huge myth out there is protein makes you big, protein makes you buff, protein gets you bulky, whatever it may be. And I know there's still a lot of people in this group that like, oh, if I didn't work out, I can't have a protein shake. No, that's probably when you need a protein shake the most, right? You should always have your shakes. You should always eat protein no matter what. Protein's not going to make you get big or anything. Donuts and those things and not tracking your calories is going to make you bigger. Protein is going to actually help you stay full longer and keep you smaller. So so the first thing was I stopped focusing on my workouts. The second thing is I focused more on my protein. The third thing was huge. So I learned how to eat ingredients, not food with ingredients. For example, like a good dinner could be chicken, rice, and broccoli. I know it's a lame example and probably sounds terrible, but that's an example. Those are 3 ingredients. Chicken. What other ingredients are in chicken? Nothing. Broccoli. What other ingredients are in broccoli? Nothing. Rice. What other ingredients are in rice? Nothing. So those eating ingredients instead of like what I usually have now for breakfast is pancakes, right? What ingredients are in pancakes? I don't know. There's too many of them and probably some I can't even pronounce, right? So that's the difference between eating extremely clean and eating semi-clean. Every single time I would eat out, anything that I ate that I didn't personally cooked, I considered it kind of like a cheat meal. because I never know 100% how that person makes it. So like even if I would go to a healthy place and order chicken and rice, like that's still cheating because I don't know how they cook the chicken. I don't know how they cook the rice. Like you could take a piece of chicken that's completely healthy and make it extremely unhealthy, like very easily, just by the way you cook it. Like instead of baking it, maybe they fried it. As a simple example. So number 3 was I ate ingredients, not food with ingredients. Number 4, number 4, and I know so many people are scared to do this, is I tracked my progress. So like I've really never had too big of a deal with this myself. Like as far as fear of seeing where I'm at and where I'm going and things like that. I just didn't do it before for whatever reason. No one told me to. But I know from helping people the last 8 to 10 years is people there's so much fear behind this. 2 parts of it. So one, they're scared to see where they're at. They don't want to step on a scale, or they don't want to take that before picture because they're scared of what they're going to see. So that's step 1. And then step 2 is taking that progress picture. People are so scared to take the progress picture because they think, what if I take this and nothing changes? I'm going to be so disappointed, like things like that. And the things you have to change your thinking about is if you don't get progress, you can't look at that as failing or doing something wrong. You just have to look at it as what you need to change. Because I forgot who said the quote, but success is 99% failure. Meaning you try something, it doesn't go the way you want, and you switch it. And then you switch it. You try something, it works decently, and then you switch it to make it better. And then you try it again. You change little things, and it keeps getting better and better and better as you go on. But it's impossible to make it better if you don't track your progress of where you are, where you're going, where you want to go. So for me, what I did in the very beginning is I just took pictures. Now there's so much more things you should do, which is what we teach you, like get your weight, all that stuff. Like again, I used to be against that, but now I for doing it the last 9 to 10 months, it is so good to get your weight every single day to learn about your body. Like I've learned so much about my body, and my clients have learned so much about their bodies because of that, because of being consistent with that. And you could predict your results because of it. And so what I did in the beginning is I took pictures every single week. Every week I'd stand in the mirror and just take a picture. And that gave me enough motivation because what I saw was my body, like the smallest changes, like literally the smallest changes. But I knew, one, it's like, okay, it's only a week. But 2, it's like, all right, what I'm doing is working. So just keep doing it. So when I felt like I was extra bloated, when I felt bad about myself, when I did all of this stuff and I didn't feel good and I felt like I was going in the wrong direction, I would look at the pictures and be like, no, I am going in the right direction. And it's funny. I made a comment in my coaching group the other day, and then Daniela, that sweetheart, she said, this is my new quote. What was it? I'm going to pull it up real quick. Dun, dun, dun. I said, so I did all this stuff. I posted a picture of someone's like 10-pound weight loss, and it was like this, but overall they lost like 10 pounds. And I said, 12 pounds. And I said, stay on track. I said, don't get emotional when the scale goes up 0.5 or 1.5. You know who I'm talking to. It will go back down. I put summary. Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional on me. You know, I don't do well with feelings. And so that was my quote. And so what I was saying, like you can't let your emotions, the biggest reason why people fail is they let their emotions override facts, like common sense. Like they're like, oh, like comment down below. Be honest here, because I know there's like at least half of the people have done this. The first week I try to knock out all, like if I'm helping anyone the first week, is like, I don't even listen to the emotions. I stop them in their tracks. I probably should be more sympathetic, but I'm over that now. Where they'll lose 5 pounds Monday through Friday. Like literally, they'll lose 5 pounds. And then on Saturday, Sunday, they're going to gain half a pound. And they give me some crying emoji and all this stuff. I'm like, what are you crying about? You just, do you want to look like, even Daniela, you guys know she's down 120 pounds. She made a post, I think it was last week, but it was from her memories. And it was funny because I remember this. So the entire month, she lost 12 pounds. The whole month. And this was like the biggest like weight jump she's done in a long time when this happened. And in the 4th week, she lost like, it was like 1.5 pounds she lost in 1 week. And she remembers feeling so disappointed and sad that she only lost 1.5 pounds because the first 3 weeks she was losing like 3 to 5 pounds, right? And I said, look, it's like, Danielle, you could look at this 2 ways. One, you lost 1.5 pounds this week, which is still good. Or you lost 12 pounds this month. Like, which one are you looking at? And that's what happens every single time when the first week is because people think like weight loss, you're just going to lose weight every single day. Your weight's going to go down. I'm like, what? Like, when does that ever happen? Never. And so they'll lose 5 pounds and then they'll gain 1 pound back. And then they're all emotional, all sad. And what am I doing wrong? And all this stuff, right? I'm like, look, you could say you gained 1 pound this week. Or you could say you lost 4 pounds. Which one do you want? It's like, okay, so stop crying. Let's get on track. So yes, don't come with me. If you ever come with me to a problem, make sure you have stats and facts to back it up and not emotions. And number 5. So number 1, stop focusing on my workouts. Number 2, I focused on my protein intake. Number 3, I ate ingredients, not food with ingredients. Number 4, I tracked my progress. And then number 5, the biggest one, is I followed successful people. The fastest way to success is to follow the footsteps of someone who has already carved the path. So this was probably why I failed for 5 years, is because I tried to do it all on my own. I'm a young guy with an ego. I know how to work out. I know how to do this stuff. I don't need that stuff. Like, I'll figure it out. Did I figure it out? No. At age 25, I figured it out because I started researching successful people who I wanted to be like, and I did exactly what they did. That's it. That's it. And that's what we have laid out for you guys in many different forms. We have our regular just online version that you could follow along, which is still kind of like you doing it on your own, but at least there's guides. Or we have our Warrior Elite coaching where we literally do it 100% for you and teach you along the way as we do it. There's 2 different ways you could go about it. There's no wrong way. It's whatever's best for you. I personally am the Warrior Elite guy, which is why I have a coach and I have someone do it for me and I just do it. And then I could focus on everything else in my life instead of having to do that as well. But you just have to follow the successful people and take advice from people who have the results that you want. And don't listen. The hardest thing to do is not to listen to your loved ones. They're going to give you the worst advice. They're going to say you already look good. They're going to say you don't need to exercise. They're going to say, why you join another fitness program? You already look amazing. Those are the phrases that are going to kill your results because it's going to keep you exactly where you're at. But you join this program because you don't like where you're at and you want to become a better version of yourself. So you have to follow the successful people that have been in your shoes and got the results that you want to get, which is literally every single one of our coaches. All right. So those were the 5 steps. One more recap. I stopped focusing on my workouts. I focused on my protein intake. I ate ingredients, not food with ingredients. I tracked my progress and I followed the successful people. And what I'll do, if I remember, I'm going to start doing next Thursday. I'm going to do a presentation on our Warrior Elite program and just kind of everything it takes. Like really no sales pitch or anything. I just want everyone to have an idea of like, is this right for me? Or am I okay with just doing the regular program, which is okay as well. All right. So if you have any questions, write them down below and I will answer them. Have a wonderful evening.